Next to him is our colleague Babs Adenaike, Program Manager for Pro-Invest. Thank you, Babs. Thank you so much for your And seated next to him is Augustine Chihami. Augustine is Europe-based Cooperation Office in Belgium. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Honorable Minister, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to take part in this important investment conference on tourism in the Eastern and Southern Africa region. I'm greatly honored and privileged to be with you here to participate in this regional investment conference that has been organized along with two pre-conference workshops. One, a regional workshop on sensitizing the investment promotion agencies and the private sector. That this investment conference on tourism profit is organized for the purpose of enabling the promotion and the development of the various opportunities of tourism as a viable national and regional sector, along with its component services, as well as highlighting the key issues for the regional EPA negotiations that are in progress. I should at this point inform you that this is not the first investment conference on different sectors organized by the Pro-Invest. This is, however, the third on tourism, the first in 2004 in the Caribbean, and the second in the Pacific in 2005. Other investment conferences have covered agri-food, ICT, construction, and energy, water, and transport sectors. Definitions of tourism are numerous, and I will just use one from the EU Statistics Office, Eurostat. It defines tourism as the activities of people traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for not more than one consecutive year for leisure, business, and other purposes. In relation to a given country, three forms of tourism can be distinguished. Domestic tourism, which comprises the activities of residents of a country traveling to and staying in places only within that country, but outside their usual environment. Outbound tourism, which comprises the activities of residents of a country traveling to and staying in places outside that country and outside their usual environment. When measured, these activities add up to more than 800 million units or arrivals worldwide. It should also be pointed out that the related activities are varied and numerous, ranging from businesses and conferences. In that sense, almost all of us here today are tourists. To going to rest and tan on a beach, practicing adventurous sports, watching games, visiting museums, or simply visiting friends and relatives. The motives for tourism are about as numerous as there are individuals. Some are objective and straightforward, especially when it comes to business travel, but most are personal and subjective. Answering to these desires has created a galaxy of services, equipment, jobs. Thus, when one talks about tourism, one refers to a large and complex economic sector. A sector that, as we have seen, is characterized by a number of elements: tourist places for accommodation, places to visit, means of transport, and so on, and interactions between those buying, selling, moving to, or from a particular location. According to the figures for 2005, published by UNWTO, what traveling persons spend on food, accommodation, transport, leisure activities, and so on, altogether generate some $2 billion US per day. That is over 800 billion a year. Major players are Europe and EU. It topped all growth rates in 2006, with a 10% increase that one has to compare with the average 4.1% annual growth posted by the organization through 2020. This excellent figure is mostly driven by sub-Saharan countries, of which most are amongst those to which this Profit 2007 is addressed, namely Kenya, South Africa, Mozambique, Seychelles, and Mauritius. This economic weight, crucial for most countries, has turned tourism into an engine for organization and coordination in order to facilitate. In parallel, the huge amount of interactions, the tangibility and intangibility on tourism, activity and motivation, the links that exist between tourism and other sectors, such as infrastructures, ICT, furniture or agro industry, makes it all a real system